Alrighty, PG-13. Now, this APC here, I don't know how well it's going to come in, but just look at the uncanny resemblance. But however, this has a couple of different designs on the wheel, but I mean, this is from the 70s, like, and you know, I love it when a plan comes together. It's like, oh man, it's called Detonation Alley, 1977, and the APC in that movie looks just like, or similar to, the G.I.Joe APC. I thought that was pretty fascinating. I thought I'd share that with you. I mean, I did have this vehicle when I was a kid, and it was not too bad, but the Action Force version is probably far superior because it has like a medical bay and stuff inside of it. And well, the APC is not a bad vehicle, but you know, these tabs tend to break off on the canopy, so you have to be a little bit careful with it. Mine is fairly dusty. I mean, the Canon, pretty straightforward. Now you can go on like other sites and find reproduction parts for Canons and stuff like that, and I thought, wow, you know, you could do a lot more with those. The design is fairly simple. It's made as a carrying case. I mean, this part obviously comes off. And you can see inside, it holds a lot of Joes. But it's pretty plain and pretty impractical. I mean, if you really wanted to play with something, then, you know, you would need like more playability. You would need a canopy that has more access so you can actually play with your figures and have them shooting out the sides or something, or jumping out the back. This doesn't even have a ramp to, you know, to get your figures on and off. You can't unload the troops properly, mate. But it's got some nice detail in the driver's seat. So, and it's got a couple rails here. Everybody loves rails. So they hold the figures pretty much in place. But you know, they could have done more. Maybe design this like the other Action Force one. The Action Force one I would love to have, but they're just way too pricey. So I will not be getting one for my collection. Now, yes, somebody did ask me to donate a Sub Viper, but unfortunately it's the winter time, and the winter time is just not a good time. If you kept up with the videos, you would have seen that we had to buy a new hot water tank, so I'm basically paying back my woman because she covered the costs. So sorry, I can't help you right now. It's just how it is. Maybe in the future we'll consider something, but as of right now I can't. If you're really looking for figures, then, you know, try looking at your local collectible stores. You never know what they're going to have there. You could try to find a cheap version, or a cheaply priced one. But anyways, moving on here. The guy from the A-Team, the Colonel, he's in that movie. I was like, wow, that was a pretty interesting thing. So I haven't watched the full movie, but it does look good. 1977, eh? Detonation Alley. Now, in the Navy is coming up here, and it's they've unlocked the Marine. So I mean, you can buy, we already did the pricing before, if you buy like 10, it works out to be $19 a figure or something like that. And they've unlocked all these figures up to here. That was a new add-on there, so if you want, get in on that. These figures are fantastic. Great for your flag, hovercraft, devilfish, tactical battle platform, or just, overall cool figures. I would love to get some more of these, but hopefully we'll get them in 2020. Now, on this channel we discuss different things, but it is what it is. We're here for the figures. I mean, we already talked about, these are some of the In the Navy figures. The swivel hands, or swivel hand battle grip, are nice. You can do different poses for your figures if you are into photography. But these two are not on that site, they're on the other site. Just go to my other videos on In the Navy and you'll see. And they're pretty cool figures. Reminiscent of Snake Eyes. Now Ken did a video on Night Force, Ken at Toy Connections. And I'm gonna pretty much say that Super 7 O-rings, we're probably gonna see some Night Force. Maybe Super 7 can also invent another subgroup. You never know. But, we got one Night Force figure from Hasbro with our Sky Striker, but they didn't construct it nice. It was like a matte finish. It's actually it's like super loose. Jeez. So ripcord is just not ripping it. Like, this is just super, I don't know, super loose. Kind of flimsy. Not made as well as the past figures. But overall, it's a cool figure. But I don't have many Night Force figures. I do have Sneak Peek. And maybe some other ones. But not really much, because they're super overpriced and super expensive. So if I really wanted a figure that badly, I'll just get something else. Because sometimes it's just not worth paying so much more for a figure you already have that's just not a Night Force. But it will be nice to get Night Force figures. I mean, you can find other Night Force figures like Stalker, Night Force is cool. Or you can just use a lot of Snake Eyes. There, you got your whole Snake Eyes Night Force. Technically speaking. Actually. I mean, you can have your own commandos. But these commandos are awesome. And I don't know. I don't mind these figures. They're not made too badly, considering what Hasbro just put out. So, again, when you buy in bulk, and we should be getting them probably. Here, I'll bring up the site for you. We should be getting them probably in the summertime, and In the Navy Toys. And there, it comes up there. hatoys.ecrater.com, and you can order these ones today, these two, the SWAT officer and the commando, and you will get them this year, right now. You can get them right now if you order them. So the rest of the In the Navy figures, you'll have to go to a backer kit or kickstarter.com, I think it is, and look up In the Navy Heavy Armor Toys, but I think it's just called In the Navy. And you can get some cool figures. They're gonna go nicely with your Leatherneck. Marines! Somebody call the Marines! Now, we might have a little escalation with China and Russia. Russia says they got about 6,000 nukes. And then American media says the States only have like 5,000. Usually when the States says it has 5,000, they'll either have 15 or 20,000 nukes. They just didn't tell you that everything that you have is targeted. The States don't just go to war for any reason or egg you on because they think the States got everything that you have mapped out, targeted. So as soon as you go to an act of aggression, China, everything will just be instantly nuked. And you see, if China uses their top secret weapons that they have, laser weapons or sonic pulse weapons that both Russia and China have, because of what was his name, Hutchinson, Hutchinson stole or went through a lot of American scrap yards looking for certain parts and developed a death ray for China. But America has technology that can just deflect that shit. So we're not walking into your trap there, China or Russia. Oh, just remember, you've been set up. So I'm just going to tell you straight up, if it's top secret or not, you better think twice about effing with America, because China's military budget is $250 billion. Well, America's is 3 times that, $700 billion. That doesn't include the black projects and all the other special weapons that America has. So I'm just going to say this simply put. You can use whatever tactics you want, but America already knows and already has a way to, extinguish it. They might draw you in, you might think you're winning, and bang, you're done. So, yes, we know every action and reaction that you're going to do, every future move. The Americans use, or the CIA uses, what would you call people that can see, psychic abilities. They locate your secret bases, Russians underwater submarine bases. That's on the, I guess that would be their west coast. There's certain things. They might have another one maybe in the Arctic. They know what you're doing. They've been watching you this whole time. They can see like a pinprick on the ground with the satellite capabilities and then some. And if you think you can hide in your underground bunkers, I got one word for you, Mao. One nuke after another, it gets down in there and you're done. Your underground mountains are gonna be leveled to nothing. The States has nuke bunker busters that can destroy your so-called little scurrying cave to hide in, your underground cities or bunkers. But anyways, we're here for the Joes and for the updated news. And just a little warning to China and Russia. Don't fuck with America. Now, if you haven't already gotten any of your Delta 17 figures, I suggest you do. They are nicely made. They do fit in certain vehicles. And they do bring back that old Joe feeling. But these are made way better. Like, they just got such grand detail. But if you're listening, Steve or Ken, you might want to design the legs with a little less stuff on it so they could fit in the vehicles in your second wave. You never know. But, oh well. They designed it a certain way. And when you design the vehicles, you're going to have to make your vehicle space a little wider. So when you want to fit in any figure into your vehicles. And if we're going to get 1 or 2 vehicles either this year or the next. And you should, Steve, from Delta 17, you should make some motorcycles, How about a nice friggin' military Harley? Or what was those old bikes that they had? they got some nice Harleys. But anyways, of those military bikes they had with the sidecars, we got a bunch of those. But we do need some military bikes, cheap to make. And that's where you make your money. So you can build a nice, awesome vehicle. And then you can make, some smaller vehicles so you can recoup your costs. Because it does cost a lot to produce certain things. But anyways, now I was trying to figure out something for Van Damme. I'll still have to see maybe a different chest. But again, I like that. Somebody said caramel. Too bad you couldn't paint that. You might be able to. But I don't want to do any hand